Studio Ghibli memes, Trump shit, Nazi shit. You can do a KKK Studio Ghibli meeting. Do you really think Mr. Ghibli would want this? I can't stand it. Oh, look at all these Ghibli memes.
Yeah, this is all the worst of the worst.
This is the fastest that a meme template dropped and took over and is now totally dried up.
Yeah, that's
husk of a nothing
I'm
thing
numb to this, yeah.
that I don't ever want to see again, although now I'm liking it. Now maybe bring it back.
We could turn this whole episode into a Ghibli meme.
We could. The overabundance of Ghibli memes on the X timeline highlights the main takeaway here. AI can produce non-uncanny valley, even beautiful artwork with entry-level effort. It looks very nice, but if everything can and will be Ghibli'd, the only impressive feat is if a meme somehow managed to avoid Ghiblification. Even before this AI stuff was reliable and usable, art was kind of gone.
Yeah.
Refinement culture stuff with logos. If you go to WeTransfer.com and you look at their artists, the showcase, the stuff that they pay for and sponsor, this stuff, it was already taking over before AI. So AI cannot be held solely responsible for the degeneration of the creative arts. I think it was already sort of long gone, probably 5 or 10 years after deviant art came into existence.
Art was always going in the direction of more anesthetized, dehuman, minimalist, socialist slop. So in a weird way, although the tools are completely imbalanced, where there's entry-level AI, and then there's like, After Effects or Illustrator level, they're both saying two different things. It's almost like the effort and the output are They're flopped.
I haven't thought about it too much just because I've been pretty black-pilled on most of what people spend their time doing artistically, even before AI. So I haven't put much thought into it. Like the coffee shop graphic design stuff that people were paying for, it's so replaceable, it's so cookie cutter, it should be smashed and destroyed, and the people that make it and are good at it, they should be working at Subway and McDonald's and OnlyFans, and they should be poor and broke. I hate them.
So you think it's a cream will rise to the top scenario?
It's not necessarily that. It's just that the shit that's currently sitting at the top is going to be smashed down. This graphic design girl that we're going to post, one of her lines is, "Kill the design cop in your head." Let's show some graphic design books on screen. Let's show some examples of good art that people were paying for before AI. The faster the people that make this stuff can be disenfranchised and made penniless, the better, the healthier it is for society. It's just nothing but a benefit from that standpoint. So there you go. Although I will say, if you're a musician or a video editor or a whatever, illustrator, what have you, graphic designer, you shouldn't shy away from using AI for reference, for inspiration, for a sort of base layer type thing. You definitely need to utilize this stuff, or you're going to get left behind, and that's just how it is. There's no shortage of people who have a chip on their shoulder about, this is ever since whenever. These guys got a printing press? Fuck that. We make books the old way, which has validity. That's why it's a thing you can grab onto. There is validity in old systems. There are aspects that are better, but clinging to it in this kind of knee-jerk, emotional, angry, chip on the shoulder way, the reason those people do that is because they're not good enough. The chip on the shoulder guy, you can find these guys in any industry. They've got a punk rock negative reaction to new technologies. I'm not going to use Adobe Illustrator. I use cut it out of paper. I do this, I cut it out of paper. It's made by hand. That's usually a cope. There are times where made by hand is better, but it's usually the case that somebody's just not good enough, they're not fast enough, they're not hardworking enough, they're not inventive enough to keep up with younger people or more professional people who are actually making shit. If you're a creative, evaluate your own reaction to AI and be honest about yourself about it. So I think it looks like shit. I don't think you should use this stuff for like your final product, but using it for ideation or for reference images, it's better. You're gonna steal from Instagram and Arena, so you might as well just steal from something that's a compilation of the best thievery you can get.
You can utilize the AI as sort of scaffolding. And what I've seen with what you're just saying about all these people, you see on Twitter specifically, all these artists who, a lot of them really skilled, just completely saying, oh, AI art's evil, it's gonna be used to take our jobs, and it doesn't do anything. If you can agree with them, you can disagree with them. At the end of the day, Their whining, their whinging has no effect.
Anytime anyone's like, there's going to be a mass revolution and people are going to reject this new thing. Has that ever happened once?
Oh, no.
There's a return to like young people are going right wing. There's obviously a resurgence of Christianity and stuff. But as far as like techniques and technologies, there's a small like subsect of people that still use CRTs and old video
I
stuff.
saw a Foley artist. There was like a Japanese guy, and he was watching. You saw that clip?
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
And he was like stomping around and going, and ripping shit. I don't know if there is a means to replace that guy, but even if so, there is something beautiful of like, it doesn't matter how much effort you put into something, it matters about the product. Nobody's going to be like, oh, this tastes like shit, but you worked really hard on it. It's like, the product matters more.
It's synergistic. It's not work in a direction that doesn't benefit the end product. It's work that intertwines. That's the other thing is, if you want to set yourself apart, I follow all these like Instagram artists and designers and everything, and there's a ton of like maximalist, Y2K inspired. There's a ton of stuff that's like Happy World Daddy inspired, CRT glitch stuff, Chrome type. Like a reason why I have had trouble hiring people to make to do illustration and graphic design stuff is because these people clearly don't understand the fundamentals of design. So the aesthetics, anything that's vaporwave, that kind of thing, that's like icing on the cake. Okay, the cake is composition, margins, angularity versus softness, negative space. Being able to look at a word, a typeface, and tell if it was made with sincerity and reverence, or if it's made with a cloying f***try. That's what I see all the time, is stuff that is the aesthetic icing on the cake with no underlying fundamental structure that makes it like, that allows it to be good. That's because there are young people doing this, and the fast aesthetic stuff is more gratifying to you immediately if you can master some kind of like Chrome type thing. But that's how you can set yourself apart as AI becomes more and more prevalent, is being good with fundamentals so that you can have the sort of the taste and the sophistication and the reserve to like use this stuff properly down the line. If you see something like that in real life, you have to destroy it. It exists to destroy you.
Right.
This is why the Nazis were so hyper-focused on aesthetics. Have you heard of surrealist prisons, or the surrealist prison?
No.
But they had these Salvador Dali type guys build the worst possible prison.
Like a panopticon?
Weimar?
No, worse. During the Spanish Civil War, Laurentic, if that's how it's pronounced, the French artist and architect, designed a series of experimental jail cells in Barcelona. These were not typical prisons, but rather psychological torture chambers, influenced by modernist and surreal aesthetics, drawing inspiration from Salvador Dali and Vasily Kandinsky. We don't even want to get into this. Close that, please. But
Oh, that's interesting.
if you see some shit hanging on the wall, it's typically a weapon that's there to destroy you and ruin your life.
I've heard in this beautiful book, it's a children's book that I've read my kids, and it's like, basically the whole point of it is that your goal is to make the world more beautiful than what you came into it. And so this lady plants flowers and yada yada. It's cute. I think there's more to life than that, but that's, a woman's brain. Just make it more beautiful. But there is a duty to improving it's like a weed growing.
Well, that's a basic thing that anybody with 115 IQ wants to flip on its head. It's self-evident that art should be beautiful and enrich life. Music, which is how you decorate time, should be beautiful and enrich life. And then if you go from being a 95 IQ guy to 115 IQ, you get brainwashed in these public schools, you just think you know better, all of a sudden you're trying to flip everything on its head, and you're like, well, what if art exists to make a statement, a powerful statement about nothing? It's one of these things, it's so obvious what the real answer is, that if you start to think about it, you can get yourself in trouble immediately because you already have the answer. So anywhere you go from there, you're losing.
Right.
Unless you loop back around and you get back to, art should actually be beautiful and enrich life.